And we're back! We're back again, ladies and gentlemen. Your favourite crew of Dungeon Delvers, Crit and Miss, Out of the Abyss, is back. And we've got a lot of things that we need to talk about. We were just about to get into the mechanics of long rests and all that kind of stuff, but I thought, hey, let's do this on air. Now, if you're one of the 8 people that are watching live at the moment, thank you for sticking with us. I apologize for the sound of my voice. I am not feeling 100% tonight, but the show must go on, as they say in show business. Isn't that right, Grace? You're in show business, aren't you?
Always. There is no business like show business. The show must go on, even if your leg is broken and you are crying hysterically.
Speaking of which, I was going to bring up, when you knocked that guy out just before, at the end of that combat, Perseus, I found out a fun little trivia fact about the Princess Bride. Has anyone heard about this trivia? No? You know the part in the movie where the guy bonks him on the head with the hilt of his rapier and knocks him unconscious?
Yes.
That was real. He actually knocked him unconscious with that. It
Really?
looks totally fake, but yeah, he had to go to hospital. He woke up in hospital because he got knocked unconscious with that blow. Because they were like, "Oh, we need to do this with the fake sword," and he was like, Carriel was like, "No, it won't look real. Let's use a real one." And the guy bonked him on the head and actually knocked him unconscious. If you watch the footage, it looks fake. It just looks completely fake. But no, apparently it was a real knockout blow. So
They kept it?
and they kept it in, yeah, because it was the best take. You can't beat reality, which kind of makes The Princess Bride a documentary, right? No? Oh well. We all know the famous one with the Lord of the Rings, so I thought that one was a bit of a fun little fact for you guys. Alrighty then, where did we leave off? I'm gonna turn this music off for a little bit so I can...
Long resty rest.
I can just listen to
Yes,
you guys.
and I have it up
Sweet voices.
right here.
So a long rest. So
I'm
you
excited.
should have an hour's worth of downtime that you can do during a short rest, a long rest. Sorry. If you guys just want to let me know what you want to do during your hour's worth of downtime, we can do that.
It's
first.
2 hours.
Stop it. Stop correcting me.
It is.
You now have...
Long rest is a period of 8 hours where a character has at least 6 hours of sleep and 2 hours of light activity. If a rest is interrupted by at least 1 hour of strenuous activity, then the long rest must be started again.
Hold on. There we go. That's better.
And I only have to do 4 hours because I'm an elf and I just go.
Right. So you have a little bit more. Sorry, I just muted you through the second half of that speech because I frown upon being corrected. All right, fine. You have 2 hours of downtime during your thing, which you can use to forage and or study or teach someone something. So if there's anything that you guys want to do, let's just get that out of the way first. So what do you want to do before you guys retire for the night, before you have to think about setting up a watch or anything like that? What do you want to do?
I would like to inspect these defaced silver coins, see if I can ascertain any of the markings on there, or if I could have any markings or anything like that on them.
Okay, roll a relatively high investigation check. And I'm not going to say that there's not going to be any complications if you fail this, so you're safe.
Yeah, picked the wrong guy. Investigation is my shit. -1.
Actually,
Natural 20 though.
We can see that now. Let's do that. Let's have a look at some character sheets because I can now show that to the players.
-1 to investigation, but roll a natural 20, so 19.
Bring up your character sheet. There he is. So yeah, investigation. Where is that? There it is. So -1 to investigation. So not the sharpest tool in the shed with a -1 to your intelligence, but with a natural 20, that's not too bad. We'll swap back to this. That's fun. Look at that. Things are improving, at least in the technical side here at Quickness. That's smooth as butter. So with a 19, I will say that you find one of the coins that hasn't been fully defaced. First of all, it looks like someone's just rubbed it on the stone surface to deface these coins. Why? You don't know. The workings of a madman, perhaps. One of the coins hasn't been fully defaced and depicts what seems to be a dragon in flight. Its wings spread out. That's what you get from that investigation roll. Maybe I can bring that up for you guys to see. Let me just have a quick look, see if I can find an image for you. In the meantime, what is everyone else doing while he's investigating these coins?
I'm gonna go forage.
Yeah, I'm going to do the same, but I'm also, while we're just milling around the camp, I'm going to switch out the light crossbow that I got off of Perseus and put that into the party store, and just get a hand crossbow instead. Switch bolts as well, because then I can use that one-handed and still have my shield. But then, yeah, I'm going to go off and forage too.
You're foraging. Decide amongst yourself who's doing the foraging and who's assisting. We'll do it that
I'll
way.
assist, because I'm not as good at it.
Well, I sort of gave it away with that. Anyway, doesn't matter. You can't even open it because it won't let you.
19 on my roll to assist.
19 on your roll to assist. Oh, I know how to do this. I will add something to the map here. And then I will... Oh, I got rid of it. Sorry, just let me find this for you, because I could find this image. It'd be better for you to see it than just to...
It let me open it. You just gotta open it in a new tab.
Okay, alright. What I want
Open what?
people at home to be able to see it. So bear with me for 1 minute while I change the image for this to that. Boom, there we go. Did that work? No, it did not. Okay, never mind. What did we get for survival checks? We have a successful assist, or that is the survival check.
That's the successful assist.
That's the assist. So who's doing the check?
Yep.
With advantage.
15.
15 with advantage. Is that right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. Okay. Yeah. Unfortunately, 15 is not going to be enough at this point. So you come away with nothing extra. Just because
I only need
Yes.
4 hours of rest, so I'm going to spend another 2 hours doing foraging.
All right. Sort of on
Question
your own.
about that.
Yep.
So that's for being an elf, right? Now I'm half drow, and that's the profile I took. But my backstory is that I'm half drow, half elf. So is that something we could work in there, or should we just keep it that I need the same amount of rest as everyone else?
So it is the half elf sub race technically,
Yes.
right?
Yeah.
I will allow it, but I'll need something in return.
Oh, what do you want?
I don't know. What do you got? What can you offer me?
Like in-game tangible things or services?
Well, let's not go down that route. Sorry, but you're just not my type. No, let's.
Might be, who knows?
Something in game. I can. I'll tell you what. I can bank a complication and throw it at you a little bit later, and I'll allow you to have that particular trait if you wish.
You know what? I think that's worth it.
Okay. I'll bank a complication. I'll make sure I write that down. Fun. Good stuff.
All right. So I'll help with the extra foraging as well then.
Look at you. All right. Roll that check again then, I guess. I'm going to set the DC at... Yeah, so that's a successful assist. I'm going to set the DC at 20.
Come on.
Just so we're aware. Nope. Sorry. Just in this alien environment, unfortunately, it's just difficult. You're surrounded mostly by just bare stone, as it were. You were lucky earlier when you came across that thin carpet of moss sort of covering the walls, but yeah, you don't find anything. Unfortunately, survival in the Underdark is notoriously difficult. Alrighty, what is Thrash the Troublesome doing during this period of time?
I would actually like to make sure that everyone can protect themselves.
Okay.
Like, is everyone proficient in at least one weapon? Well, obviously, but like, are they all able to defend themselves properly?
Apart from Stool, is really, he doesn't seem to be capable of defending himself, and you know from experience that Shushar doesn't seem to be. So that is the fish person. He doesn't seem to be. He doesn't seem to choose violence, as it were. He sort of stays out of it when things get rough. If that makes sense.
Okay.
Other than that, the rest of them, they're citizens or denizens of the Underdark, as it were. So this is a rough environment. You need to be able to fend for yourself. So the rest of them, yeah, they seem to be able to look after themselves.
Okay. Well, I would like to go over to our friend Sushi and give him one of my daggers and just sort of say to him, you saved my comrade earlier, you have my respect, and here is my weapon. Well, one of my weapons. I have a few of them. You will need this to defend yourself.
As you come up to him, you offer him your weapon. He puts his hands out sort of like in supplication and says, while I appreciate your candor, I'm afraid I've given up the ways of violence.
Well then, it seems I owe you a debt.
I will not hold that to you. What you have to understand, and I feel like you should know this before we reach the Dark Lake, is that my people have been led down a dark path by dark powers. I have cast aside their ways. They're what's the word I'm looking for? My people protect their religion with zealotry and with violence quite often. I was cast out from Slubladop for my views and opinions.
Okay. All the same, I would like you to keep this dagger not as a weapon then, but as a representation of the debt that I now owe you.
Of course. He takes the dagger from you. And he thanks you for that, and sort of puts it away, and he turns back towards you and he says, so once we reach Slubladop, I should be able to organize for us to have transport over the Dark Lake. My people ply their trade as ferrymen. But where is it that you wish to go? I will help you get where you are going as best I can.
What was the name of the place? What was the name of the place?
Yeah, I know the name of the place, but I haven't got my notebook on me. We were wanting to go to Stool's people. The Mushroom City, weren't we? Mushroom Dance. Whatever
yes.
could it mean?
You wish to go to Neverlight Grove.
Yes.
That's the one.
Yes, that one.
I will do my best to get us there. But like I said, my people can be unpredictable. So it's best while we're there to stay away from topics of religion. Yes?
Who do your people worship exactly, or what? Sorry, I missed out on some of that. I was looking for food. What have they fallen prey to? Do you know?
My people are zealous in their religions, but their religions varied greatly from village to village. In Slubladop, they worship. Let me have a quick look at my notes while I remember what the name was. They worship a being known as the Deep King.
The Deep King. Could you tell us more about that?
Unfortunately, I know very little myself, having been cast out for my what they called heretical views. I believe that we would be better casting off religion entirely. The others did not look kindly upon that and cast me out of the village. I count myself lucky, having been spared with my life.
And within the Black River, are there creatures
the Dark Lake.
The Dark Lake. I apologize, this is not Harry Potter. Are there monsters within the river that would seek to harm us, like other than your people, I suppose?
Oh yes.
There aren't.
There is no place that I know of apart from Neverlight Grove that is safe in the Underdark. There are dangers in traversing the Dark Lake, but the Dark Lake is the quickest and perhaps not safe, but there is no safe way of travelling in the Underdark, I'm afraid.
And do these creatures have a not fondness for light? Like, would you say that if we just sort of cast light, they would be afraid of it? Well, not cast light, but like if we shone light near them, would they be photosensitive?
Well, we are adapted to the darkness quite well, as you can see. He points out to his like bulbous fish eyes. Oh, sorry. Hold on. Just give me a second. I'm afraid. I'm sorry. I said the wrong thing earlier. It's the sea mother that the people of Slubladop worship. Sorry, I get things mixed up sometimes.
Is that what's caused them to like turn towards the darkness, as you were saying, or?
Oh no, my people have a history with having a thin veil of sanity, I'm afraid.
Oh.
See, once they were slaves to an ancient civilization known as the Aboleths, and that has forever scarred our minds. And while they no longer revere the Aboleths as gods as they once did, they seek to fill that vacant hole with whatever deity is flavor of the month, as it were. Right now, that appears to be the Sea Mother, but that could change as the tides do.
Can I do some kind of check, religion or history or whatever, to see if I would know, considering my background, if either the Sea Mother or these Aboleth things are extraplanar?
Yes, you can absolutely do that.
Excellent. That will determine how I react to its people. History or religion? They're both the same. So
yeah, just roll one of those, and I'll let you know.
11.
Let me just have a quick look. Yes. So you know that that Aboleths, with an 11, they're aberrations. Yep. Much more about their history, you probably can't really decipher.
Aberrations, do they count as extraplanar, or are they so far out that they're something different? They're like from other worlds or something, aren't they?
Yes, I believe they are.
I don't know if being from an actual, like the physical plane of another world counts as being from another plane. You know what I mean?
Give me 1 second, I can tell you the exact. They're creatures. They're not. They're unnatural, and have no place in the natural order of the material plane.
Okay, my deity wouldn't be happy with that at all. So these people seem to have been corrupted by an outside force deep way back in their past, right?
That's what you seem to be getting from what he's saying.
Alright, I'll keep that in mind. Thank you.
Well, thank you for your candor. And I just sort of walk away to meet with the rest of the party, who I assume is done hunting and or gathering, to discuss how we are going to spread the rations around, because we now have 16 pounds of food
Did you say 60?
to share amongst us. 16, 1-6. 1-6. I wish it was 60. That would be great.
I can go without food for a day if it means everyone else gets fed, or some of the other prisoners that we're looking after get fed.
Start with the weaker ones, and then feed the weaker ones first, and then the stronger ones can wait out.
Also, am I correct in assuming that the only water we have at the moment is like both not much and is not purified?
I believe you guys filled up your water skins with the water from that yucky sort of pool. That's what you have at this point. So we're going to feed all of the NPCs. Is that correct?
How many are there?
All the weaker ones, and
How many are there? That's a good question.
And look, question to the party while Sven's figuring that out. I can purify our water, but it will cost me a spell slot.
I reckon it's worth it to have safe water.
Yeah,
I would agree.
Right, it means I'll only have
a big rest.
Yeah, it means I'll only have like one heal or something else for the day other than my lay on hands, but I've got like 10 health and lay on hands. And Toby, you've got cure wounds as well, don't you?
Yes.
And I've read that most people that follow the gods can create water themselves. Can you do that, Perseus?
I'm extremely new to the whole touching of the weave magic business. I'm not too sure how to control it. I know lightning is definitely a major part of it. I haven't made food or water before, but I could try. All I know is just more lightning and sort of thunder based. I don't really dabble in culinary delights.
Hey Sven,
Summon culinary
Wait.
delights, not one of your
if
spells.
if I've trained alongside other like clerics of my own order, would I be familiar with their spell list? And not that I could teach the spell, but would I be familiar with whether that's a thing they could do or not?
So what's the question here? Whether or not you know that that's a spell that someone.
Whether or not I know that a cleric would be able to create food and water.
I would say you know that it's possible. You don't know who
I don't
can
know
and who
how,
cannot.
but
I mean, cleric would be. It's like an intangible sort of designation for someone. It's not like.
Okay. Well then, to put it more in character wise, there were 3 specific orders, like separate orders within my temple. There's what's the equivalent of the paladins, which is what I trained with, but also alongside 2 others, which are one is more monk-like and one is more cleric-like. I have the actual words and stuff for those in here somewhere. So I work fairly closely with these guys, like both through training and throughout my adventure before I met up with this, with everyone in jail. So I'm just wondering if that might, I probably would have seen one of my compatriots do it, maybe, considering we're sort of designed, like our whole purpose is to go out and travel around. We would have survival focused stuff like I Can Purify is something I generally take all the time.
So why do you want to know this exactly?
Just so I can reassure Perseus that he should be able to, and maybe he should reach out to the Weave and see what he can do.
I've seen clerics do it on my quest to find out where these powers come from, if they are clerical in nature or they come from the gods or whatever they do come from. I have talked to some clerics that have made food and water out of nothing, but that's, that sounds like something a cleric of like 5 years, or as they call them, levels, could do. So not
Right. I see.
not really my ballpark.
No magic can
work
make
on it,
food.
but
All I can do is smash things with my axe. I'm very jealous.
I'm still very, very unsure of what my magic can do, but lightning is definitely one of them. So
yeah, fair.
But I'll be working on food and water.
As you guys are talking, one of the deep gnomes that you guys have been introduced to as Toby makes his way over to you guys. Actually, he makes his way over to you, Athera, as you're talking, and he sort of, what are you wearing?
Me, I'm wearing like leather armor, but then just with like robes over it, like just like cloth, like weaved in.
So he comes up to you. He comes up behind you while you're sort of talking, and he tugs on your robe. He's a bit.
Yes. Hello.
Yeah, my sister. I don't see my sister. My sister didn't make it out. Can we go back? I haven't seen when we fell from the thing. We fell, and then I haven't seen her, and I need to go back. I want to go back.
You are welcome to go back, but the group is pressing forward.
I don't get anywhere without her. She's always been with me.
I think she may have passed away on her fall.
No. That's it. No. I'll just wait. I'll catch up with you guys again. I'm gonna go back and go find my sister. Okay.
Am I over here? Can I hear this?
Yeah, can I hear this?
I don't know. How close are you to the rest of them, Lady Athera?
I mean,
I was like just staying back. I just got back from like doing
I'll tell you what.
foraging, so probably just chilling.
I'll let you guys decide whether or not you could hear this conversation happening.
I can definitely hear this.
yeah. I sort of like look over as well. I'm like, maybe look at Thrash. I'm like, we can't let him go.
I'm not going to let him go.
Less mouths to
And
feed, and I give like the thumbs up.
And I walk
Sort of
straight past Athera with this disdain in my eyes, and I grab the, I guess, deep gnome by the collar of whatever he is wearing, and I say, and I'm gonna intimidate him. And I say, if you take one more step...
Thrash. I don't think that's what he needs right now, but you've got the right idea. But look, buddy, I'm really sorry. Your sister didn't make it, but if you go back, you're not gonna catch up with us. You'll die too.
But you don't know that. You don't know her. She's special. We've both been. We left because I'm just gonna go. I don't want to roll whatever you want to roll.
Be free, my friend.
And
roll intimidation.
Persuasion. 8. Fuck.
Oh, this is gonna hurt. 11.
11. All right, I'm gonna make a roll. Let's see what happens.
Hopefully being double the size of him.
You know what? I'll do it on this screen so everyone can see it.
Are you trying to scare him off, Thrash, or scare him into staying?
Scare him into staying.
No one can see that for some reason. Alright.
I saw that come up in VTT.
Yeah, you should have seen it. So at 12, what did you guys get? An 11 and an 8?
Less than that.
I got an 11.
Yeah. He looks back towards the tunnel from where you guys came from. He looks back towards you guys and he says, "No, it's all right. I just gotta go get my sister and we'll meet you. Look, we gotta go back to, I don't know. We just want to be on our own again."
Okay, before he leaves, I grab him and I yank him to the side of the cave where no one else can hear. And I'm like, "Look, what I say stays between you and me. The secret will die with you. You hear me? I lost something very important back there. Very, very, very important. Something that belonged to my parents, who died very tragically. We've all lost things. And I intend on going back for it. Trust me. And that bitch is gonna die. Real hard. So, we have two options here. Option A. You come with us, and you get revenge on the person that killed your sister, or B, you go back into that cave by yourself, die a horrible death, and you're not with the rest of the party to protect you. Those are your options in these situations. Either you can come with me, and we can spill the blood, or you can continue in that cave by yourself. The option is yours, my friend, but I intend to go back there, and I intend on slitting throats.
Yeah, I think Thrash makes a good point.
He looks back towards the tunnel again, and you can see that, you know, his lips starting to quiver a little bit. He sort of grabbed one of your meaty paws with both of his little tiny gnomish hands, and he looks back towards you and he says, maybe we can stick together. We can find it together.
Yes, and I like bring him into one of those bro hugs where it's like, "Ah, yes, so manly," and tap him on the back. And I'm like, "An alliance has been formed. You have my respect. Now go and be strong for your sister. We will avenge her." And then we just sort of walk back to the group like nothing has happened. And I look at him as if to say, "If you tell anyone what I just told you, I will turn you into mincemeat."
Yeah.
Being that I was standing right there.
I took him away. I said I took him away. I said I took him into a corner where no one could hear me.
How far?
I did.
So I've packed
Really
a little
far.
goodie bag of food, and I like with a bit of thing. I've packed you some food for your journey to go find your sister. I've put a little bit of moss in there, a little bit of this and that. But good luck when finding her. As I pass him some food.
I turn to Thera. I take the food out of the gnome's hand, and I would smack this out of your hand, but we need this, so I'm gonna take this. And I find you.
It's not for you. It's not for you. It's for the gentleman.
Hey, Thrash, I mean, at least she was trying to be nice.
Sending a poor innocent person to their death is not nice.
I'm pretty sure Athera wasn't sending him anywhere. But it looks like he's staying now, right? So you must have said something that convinced him.
Are we looking at the same creature? I'm pretty sure you're sending him to his death. But yes, he is staying now. We've come to an agreement. He will be staying for the foreseeable future.
So then, yeah, all I'm saying is I think what I saw here is that Lady Aetheria's like, if he's insisting on going, which she's happy with, at least take some food.
If people want to go be free, people be free, you know? Just don't be on an empty stomach. You know? Dad would always say, make sure you have your breakfast. Most important meal of day.
And I just sort of look at her and scoff and go, pampered little rich girl, and continue walking with the deep gnome.
To be fair, I'm probably a bit of a pampered little rich kid too. I mean, sort of. We don't have money where I...
So, yeah. The orc pipes up and he says, if we're going to fuck off the little man, we're not going to give him away our rations. I'll take that.
I take my axe and I hold it up, like fully unsheath it and look at him, and I'm like, if you want to touch him, you have to go through me first. And I mean that, and I would like to roll intimidation.
Oh, alrighty then. You go ahead and you roll yourself some intimidation.
Troublesome is right.
I will. That is a 24. If he is not intimidated, I'm worried for his sanity right now.
Rolling that 20, Sven.
Oops. Alright, so he, as you draw your axe, Thrash, he draws his at the same time, and he gets like right up in your face, forehead to forehead, baring his tusks as he does so. He's like, just growls at you, takes a step back,
fight.
puts his axe away.
Not helping.
He turns towards you, Aethera, and he says, we're not giving away any of our rations to any of those little weasels.
He can have mine. He can have my rations. I won't eat for today. He can have mine.
Does that only apply if he's actually leaving? Because if he's staying, he's part of the group, therefore he gets fed.
He's only part of the group as long as he's helping me get out of here. And that counts for the rest of you as well.
Yeah, calm down. What do you think we're doing?
Well, you tell me. Where are you trying to go, huh? As far as I'm concerned, you're the same as all the rest of them. Dark elves. You can't be trusted, and neither can the other one. They'll put a blade in our back. If anyone should leave, it should be you.
My father was a dark elf. My mother was a high elf. This is my first time down here. I want out of here as much as the rest of you, just because I'm a little bit more acclimated to it, because, you know, my dad grew up here. Doesn't mean I'm the same as those fuckers back there.
What about him? Huh? I've seen him. Twitching. Something wrong with him. No.
Yeah, I think it's called fear.
Perseus, no, he's just new here. He's still getting his feet.
I'm about 10 meters away going, food.
Yes.
Food. And he's like, throw my hands up and walking away.
I turn to the orc and I sort of let out this very leopard-like growl. And I'm like, if you want to behave like a troglodyte, you can live like a troglodyte. If you want to be fed, behave. And just sort of walk away, and I give the rations to the dark gnome.
Also, I didn't see you finding any food, Mr. Orcman. Just saying, as I'm like eating some nuts and stuff from the rations.
I mean, he's got
to
nothing.
Be fair, he did save my ass from the water. You know, I'd kind of be dead if it wasn't for him. So like, I don't mind sharing some food. After all.
Also, to make things clear, I don't mind going deeper into the Underdark. I'm on a little bit of a field expedition, but if you guys want to get out, I'll help you get out. I'm here for, some field notes.
Just Don't you get in my way. That counts
Put
for the
up
lot
the
of
middle
you.
claw.
I'm getting out of this place. You do well to stay out of my way or help me.
Well, if you're gonna stick with us, we'll help you. I think the plan is to head to the safest place we know of, and then go from there. Maybe once we get there, you might decide to head a different way to the rest of us.
How do you know it's safe? Because that one said so, and the little...
We don't. It's the best clue we've got. I've never been down here before. Like, do you have any better ideas? Do you know that anywhere else is safe?
No, he looks a bit stupid if you ask me.
Agree, and I don't like you.
You owe me. You owe me, Drow. Don't you forget that.
and that's why I'm putting up with this attitude that you seem to have, but it's only going to go so far. If it gets disruptive, then you'll be the problem to our survival and getting out of here. Capiche?
Roll a check for me. I want you to roll a.
That's probably
persuasion.
intimidation at that. Persuasion.
Yeah, it could be intimidation. You could be intimidation. It could be persuasion.
I'd rather do persuasion. It's higher.
Okay, don't roll that then.
21 with persuasion or 19 with intimidation.
So with the intimidation earlier from Thrash, with your persuasion as well, he just snatches the rations out of whoever's handing it to him, and finds a dark sort of corner to sit down for himself. But he's watching you, particularly Thrash. He's keeping his eyes on you, and the deep gnome seems to, at this point, be sort of persuaded to stay with you guys as well. We can go ahead and take a long rest. Is someone going to be taking watch here?
Yeah, I'll take first watch.
I think we'll all take turns, yeah.
So let's talk about watch, and you guys can you can attribute someone else to take a watch as well if you want to do that. It's up to you.
I think the grand plan was that one of the PCs, so one of us, pairs up with one of the other NPCs.
Okay.
So there's like at least 2 dudes on watch at any time.
Yeah.
All right. Cool.
I've already done the long rest bit, so I'm going to go ahead and cast Purify Food and Drink. We'll just gather up all of our food and drink that we have into like a 5-foot space, and I'll do the thing. It's just verbal and somatic, so I've just got to wiggle some fingers and talk at it a little bit. That's done, and I've marked off the spell slot.
All right. Let's check. Oh no, let's not do that. I'll just trust you. Okay. All right.
I can read it out.
No, I just wanted to change the scenes to check the character sheet just for fun, but I won't do that right now. Let's play a little bit of music again. Get things going. So we got some cave wind and some music. There we go.
Right. Just for specifics, Sven, just in case you have anything up your sleeve for what might have been in that water, it says all non-magical food and drink within a 5-foot radius sphere centered on a point of my choice within range is purified and rendered free of poison and disease.
Okay.
There's the specifics.
All right. No problem.
So we're assuming it's fine.
Okay. How much water did we have? You've each got a water skin.
And we found an extra one, didn't we? So we should have at least that plus 1 water skin.
So is someone else having some water as well? Because you've got to decide who you're going to give it to, or you're going to keep it for you guys for later.
Is this pre or post long rest?
Well, I mean, during your long rest, you're going to drink your water, I'm assuming.
Well, it'd have to be post if you want me to be able to purify it first.
Well, it has to be post then, but the effect is the same.
I have an idea for post.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. I like. I mean, I frown upon thinking, but.
Is this an idea that might save me a spell slot?
Yes.
Okay. Let's talk about this.
Well, we'll wait till after long rest. We gotta do watches first.
All right. Right. So no one's drinking anything during the rest. I haven't cast the spell yet. Watches first.
All right. Let's talk about watch. Who's going first? And who are you taking with you? Perseus first?
Yeah, I'll go with I'll go with the orc. I didn't have an altercation with him, so I'll go if if he's going to be game enough to take watch. He's not going to take watch. Then I'll go sushi.
Yeah, no, he doesn't seem to be wanting to play nice at the moment. So Shusha is willing to take the first watch with you if you want to do that.
Yep. I'm gonna my little Gandalf staff kind of often have light going at it as well, but I'll kind of I'll be about 15 feet away from the main body just so the light's in on me and not the rest of the group. I'll just kind of do little back and forth patrols about 15, 20 feet away from the groups, going back and forth kind of around, just have a look around.
Okay. Next, who's up?
No, I'll take second watch with maybe the drow. See if I can talk to him and get a little bit of information about the Underdark and whatnot while we're having watch.
All right, next.
I'll go next.
Thrash. Who are you bunking up with?
I'll take Shroom. We'll go Shroom.
Okay.
I like him.
All right.
He's a cool guy.
All right, fair enough.
He's a fun guy, if you would say.
Oh, that was good. Oh, I like that. There we go. All right, so you've got stool. I should add these onto the map so I can keep track of who's who. It'll make it a lot easier for me. So already got him. I'll do that later though. And then last up we have Athera.
I'm going to wake the orc up and insist that he pulls his weight.
Yes.
And I remind him of a situation where I had someone on the ground that I thought was a liability to the group, and how I was willing to kill them to protect the group. As I kind of stand over him with my scythe.
You're standing over him with your scythe?
Yeah. Not like in this position, just like a Gandalf position,
All right. I'll tell you what. I'll get you to roll something for me as well. Let's see how he responds. Persuasion, if you want to roll persuasion, I suppose.
Hell yeah. 13.
I'll roll something for him. He sort of starts getting up to his feet. And he sort of agrees to do it. Now let's go with Perseus. Perseus, you and Shusha are on first watch. So first of all, you can roll me perception check. Oh, I suppose it'll be. I'll just give you a +5 to your passive perception because you're going to be there for a long time. So it'll be passive perception.
Fantastic.
What do you want to do while you're on watch? Is there anything you want to do or?
No, just every now and keep my light on so I can still see and just keep it so I'm a distance of 15 feet, 15, 20 feet away from the main body of the group, so I'm not shining a light in everyone's eyes as I walk past, but just do slow little patrols, just walking around, kind of circling the group, and just checking little nooks and crannies and stuff that are relatively close, and just keep an ear out and just going back and forth.
All right. Cool. A few hours pass. It is now the next person's turn. Sarathel.
Me. So in amongst talking with the drow guy, just to see what he knows about the Underdark, where we're headed and stuff. I'm also I'm going to use my dancing lights. It's just a cantrip.
Okay.
And he can actually do the same thing. And we have dark vision, so just extending the range of how far out from our camp we can see, without having to range too far from it. Like we can see 60 feet in dim light as if it's bright, and then the dancing lights are dim light themselves, so we can make more dim light beyond that range. If you get what I'm saying. So it just gives us a little bit more range on our sight, so that we maybe don't get snuck up on as much.
Yep. Okay. Yeah. No worries.
Yep. And then just ask him just random questions about where we're going. Blah blah blah. It doesn't have to be a big thing.
No, we can make it a big thing. What are you asking?
All right. Well, so What's his name again? Sareth, right? Sareth?
Yes, I can tell you his full name. His full name is, in fact, Sareth Sakarit. That's easy to say.
Alright. So, Sareth, you're from down here, yes?
Yes, I was part of a survey team for a while.
Did you work with these drow that had us imprisoned?
No.
Or were you from elsewhere?
From Menzoberenzan.
Ah, that place. Was that a prison or something? I know I look like you, but my dad was a drow. I'm not. I'm only half. I've never been down here before. I grew up on the surface.
Yes. I knew there was something different about you. You're not like the rest of us. You're out of place here in the Underdark. Strange. But it's not the strangest thing I've seen in these dark tunnels.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. I was
okay
from Menzoberenzan, and they say I murdered someone. But it's a lie.
What happened?
He goes, his eyes sort of unfocus for a second. And tell you what, roll a perception check for me.
Perception?
Yeah.
I was about to ask if I could roll insight, but they're the same roll anyway. 17.
17. That's good enough. I'll tell you this much. Now, you've been traveling with him for a little while. He shakes. His hands are shaking. His eyes go unfocused, and he starts gently swaying from left to right. And it takes you a second, but it strikes you as odd. Like he's just sort of zoned out and starts swaying. It reminds you of something. And then you look back towards the rest of the group. Maybe you float one of your dancing lights over there, and you can see stool is sort of maybe propped up somewhere near Thrash. And stool is sort of swaying as well. Just gently, back and forth. And then the moment's gone. Sarah sort of refocuses and he's like, I'm sorry, what were we saying?
Did you notice that just now?
He looks out towards the tunnel. He said, did you hear something?
No, you sort of zoned out for a minute and you were like just sort of swaying, and so was the mushroom.
What? He looks back over towards Stool and he says he's always doing that.
That's normal?
It's normal.
Is it normal for you to like do it at the same time?
I don't know what you're talking of. What you're trying to get at.
You went blank for a minute. I'm wondering if the thing that he's doing to help us communicate is having some kind of long-term effect if you've known him for a while.
No, only a few days, no more than the rest of them. Look, we just...
Okay, never mind.
Need to get to Neverlight Grove.
Yes. Do you know much about the place?
I know what I've heard. There are rumours among the Drow that Neverlight Grove is a safe place. Even the Drow don't go there.
Okay, so we'll be safe from the Drow. Supposedly.
The machinations of Neverlight Grove offer protection for those who are lost in the Underdark. That's why we should go over there.
Do you know of any stories of people who go there leaving afterwards?
Yes, I suppose so. No one's ever told me about any harm coming to anyone in Neverlight Grove. Just that it's a place of protection and peace.
Just a sneaky insight check. Just See if he's telling the truth in general, not about anything specific. Just see if he, other than him being a bit weird, if his demeanour is truthful. I got a 12.
12. Yeah, he seems to. He seems to be, telling the truth as far as.
Cool.
As far as
one last question for him then. So, is there anything we should be on the lookout for between here and there that you know of, should be aware of to be careful of?
Oh, the Underdark is full of dangers, and its dark and labyrinthine tunnels hide many surprises. Now, I told you earlier I was part of a surveying team. Do you know what that is?
Well, yeah, I'm imagining you were exploring unknown regions to see what was around and scout them, type of thing.
Often the very stone itself in the Underdark moves, opening new caverns and closing old passageways. Survey teams sent out by the Drow of Menza Berenzan to find and study new passages that may have opened, or others that may have closed.
I see. Well then, do let us know if we're potentially about to walk into anything that might be a problem or get us lost, please. You seem to have experience in exploring this place, unlike most of us. So perhaps you could be a little extra vigilant for us.
I will do what I can.
Thank you, sir.
I think the gravest danger to us right now is the priestess from Valkenveld. We should keep moving.
Yes, I agree.
Alright. Thrash and Stool. Taking the next watch. Stool, you waking up, Stool, or it's difficult to tell if he's asleep because he's just sort of sitting there in a fetal position?
Yeah, I am waking him up, yeah.
Okay.
Part of my grand plan. Not that Thrash is smart enough to come up with grand plans, but she's average intelligence.
I gotta run to the bathroom real quick. I'll be right back.
No, you're not allowed to. Roll to go to the bathroom. No, you're right. Okay. Alrighty. You okay? No, you wet yourself, I'm afraid.
Yeah, I've got a plus 15 bonus because it's my house and no one can stop me. I'll be back in a sec.
Yes. Okay. So you make your way over to the stool. He sort of has his legs sort of tucked up with his arms around his legs, and he's sort of swaying from side to side. Just gently. He has no face. He has no eyes. So if he's awake or asleep, you don't know.
Okay, so I just, obviously I'm 7 foot tall, so I just sort of lean down and I'm like, poke him. Just really gently, not hard, just right on the top of his head, and I'm just like, I sort of need you to, like, get up and do whatever it is you do.
He sort of stops swaying, and his little mushroom cap just sort of tilts back a little bit as if he was sort of looking at you, and he sort of stands up and he shakes a little bit, and you can see some of the spores sort of coming out of him, and you breathe them in and you feel that familiar sensation, this tingling in the base sort of your mind. And he talks to you and he's like, what did it sound like again? I can't remember. He had like a squeaky voice. Oh,
Squeaky mushroom.
What should I do?
Look, I just need you to be awake in case the metaphorical doo-doo hits the fan. I'm going to stand in the middle of the group. That's a good point.
Is that like when someone likes you a lot and they follow you on Instagram
Yes, that's exactly it. No, I just need you to be awake and sound the alarm in case there is an intruder. I'm going to stand over there and I sort of point to the middle of the group near a wall, and I'm going to lean against that wall and just watch. So I just need you to like whoop, whoop, whoop through that weird thing it is you do. And I just sort of go and stand against the wall with the axe propped up against my arm.
What weird thing do I do?
That weird thing you do with the nasty stuff you spray into the air. It's not. I don't enjoy bringing that in. Just so you know.
Oh.
But it's handy. I like it. That's very cool. But it's also weird. I can dig that.
Okay. So I just stand over here. And he sort of
you just
moves a
stand
couple
over
of feet
there.
over to the right.
Yeah, you just stand there, do your job, man. You're carrying this group. You're like the real MVP. Just stand there. You got this.
What's
I believe in you.
MVP? Is that like a fan?
Most valuable party member. But no M because Thrash isn't smart enough and is very tired.
Yes.
And Thrash just
Actually,
ignores him and
speaking
leans up
of
against the wall.
Thrash being tired, we need to think about your little character trait that we have for
Yes.
Thrash. Why don't we?
I was
check
figuring
out
we
sheets.
could roll that the next one or whenever you feel chill
I
to
forget
roll
how
that.
it works exactly. So let's just have a look. What did we write down? Did we put it in your notes?
Yes, we
Yes.
did. Thrash suffers from insomnia due to her traumatic childhood. When taking a long rest, if she rolls a 10 or below, she is plagued with nightmares and her sleep was not restful, but she still gains the benefits from a long rest. In this state, she gains these benefits as a bonus to perception checks and a bump to passive perception while suffering from exhaustion +2. Next long rest, she must roll above a 10 or start taking points of exhaustion.
All right. So you're going to take a level of exhaustion, but you get your little your little bonus. So let's roll that now. So roll a d20 for me. Let's see if you can actually get any sleep tonight at all, or if you're plagued by nightmares.
19.
19. You're okay.
19.
You're able to sleep like a baby this time around.
Yay.
Okay. Let's unless there's anything else that you wanted to do during your watch, no? Okay.
No.
Athera, you're the last one. So where we left off with you, you were sort of intimidating Ront into helping you, and he gets up and he sort of just stares at you, eye to eye.
Gotta be a team player, bro.
You think you're a leader, eh? You know, where I'm from, the strongest is leader. Frail little things
how are
like
they?
you.
How are they going? Do they have vast cities, commerce, trade, or do you live in the sticks in a village?
No. We live as the One Eye would want us to. Only the strong survive. Only the strong are gonna make it out of here. Are you strong, little girl?
I'm smart, and strength got you captured. It's going to take a team effort to get everyone out.
Well, seems like being smart didn't get you any further than it did me. So,
I know. I wanted to get here. The plan was to get captured and then hopefully take me to their city, but it was taking too long. So I thought, let's get out and go deeper. So my plan is all up in the ticks right now. So
No. Sure. It was your plan all along. If that's the story you want to roll with, I'll go with it for now. As long as you're useful to me.
and as long as you're useful to the team.
Well, At least we can agree on something then. How's about you take your watch over there, and I'll take mine over here.
Sounds good.
Is there anything else that you wanted to say to Ron?
Nah, but I'll keep an eye on him and make sure he doesn't fall asleep on his watch. He seems like the kind of character that would.
He does seem like the kind of character that would. You're right. He's over there. He's got his axe sort of propped up next to him. Sits down. A few hours pass. You can see his eyes are fluttering. He's starting to drift off a little bit. Still awake, but he's drifting.
Everyone else is fast asleep.
Yeah, I believe
So
they are.
I'm
Except for
meditating.
the elves that are meditating.
Damn it.
Thank you.
And with a 19, I would be mostly asleep, but I don't think I'd hear anything.
No, yeah, you would be asleep just as part of the long rest at this point. So you'd probably be asleep.
Wait.
There's a reason I'm willing to risk a complication. Someone's got to keep an eye on this shifty warlock.
I'm going to use prestidigitation to create an instantaneously harmless sensory effect, such as a shower of sparks or a puff of wind. So I'm going to do like a pff, and do a puff of wind in the side of his face to get him to wake back up.
Okay. So he's you can see his eyes are sort of fluttering, like someone at a business meeting, and he's he's doing the things to try and keep himself awake, and then there's this gust of wind in his face, and he's got like this ponytail, and it flaps behind him, and he suddenly gets up with his great axe in his hand. He's like, ah! Looks around.
I'm just going to be facing the other way, and then look back and what's going on?
He looks down the tunnel. He's like, I thought I heard something.
Would we have woken up from that very obvious battle cry?
I would say, yeah.
I'm just gonna
Sweet.
You wake up, you see him sort of axe in hand, standing at one end of the tunnel. You see Athera on the other end of the tunnel, and sort of people are sort of like propped up, sort of looking at him at the moment.
Where's the danger?
He looks
And
down
I
the
sort
tunnel.
of look between them. What?
Must have been nothing.
You woke us up over nothing.
All right. Wait
Probably
here.
the wind or something.
Right,
Oh.
just go back to sleep.
Okay. But I've got my eye on you, and I go back to sleep.
I'll go have a look. And he starts walking off down the tunnel,
Oh no.
muttering to himself as he does so. He gets 5, 10, 15 feet, 20 feet away. Probably still see him. He looks around. He doesn't see anything. He turns back towards you, and he comes back and he puts his back up against the wall and slides back down again into his original position.
Already back into my meditation.
Yeah, Smash is gone.
And he doesn't seem to have noticed that it was you that did that. So, congratulations! You're really pushing for a fight with Ron, aren't you?
I'll clap some orc cheeks, don't you worry.
I don't think that means what you think it does. All right,
I think we all want to fight with Ron. Let's be honest. Like,
He's such a dickhead.
I don't like him.
He's
And-
annoying, but he did save my life, so I kind of like you know, I kind of owe him.
You owe him nothing in the grand scheme of
He
things,
saved
let's
me
be
from
honest.
drowning in my armor.
Yeah,
when
but
all
you
of you left
saved
me
him
in the
from
water.
starving. Yeah,
That's
but
true.
you saved him from
No one
starving.
helped.
Your debt is paid.
Except for Susha. Susha went to try and help, but he much fucking
Yeah.
good he was.
At least he tried.
He tried. Everyone else
And we
was
gave
just
him
talking
an
about.
offensive nickname. Sushi.
It's a good thing he doesn't know what sushi is, otherwise he'd be very upset. All right. Well, I mean, the long rest passes uneventfully, and a few hours pass. It's hard to keep track of time here in the darkness, but you guys complete a long rest, and yeah.
Yay!
Yay.
Full health. Woo! Spells
And,
back.
Claps all around.
And a level up, right?
Yeah.
That sounds about right to me.
Wow,
I leveled
you're really
twice.
pushing for it.
Yeah.
You're
Why
really
not?
pushing.
Yeah.
Live on air.
You know what? As much as I would love to do it, I'm not going to give it to you yet.
I mean,
Oh,
it is a long form
isn't it?
campaign, so that's fair enough.
But I will give you this much. We're not far off. Alright?
So if I had killed the orc, we would have had a level up because just
Tell you what, if you kill the orc and stool, I'll think about it.
no, Stools hasn't done
Stool.
anything wrong. Yeah.
No.
Yeah,
You're
give
not
and take. The
killing
best do and the
Stool.
worst do.
Yeah, I'm chaotic. I'm
Package
chaotic.
deal.
Good, Sven. The good wouldn't let me do that.
Oh, okay. Oh, what a shame. I guess we'll
Yeah.
just have to move on. No other option. And find out what happens next. What do you guys want to do now? How do you want to
He had a
proceed?
plan.
Yeah, as
Yes,
I'm kind
I'm
of
keen.
as we wake up in the morning, I like just get my armor on and strap my sword to my hip, and then pick up my shield, which is like similar to like a Spartan shield, so a little bit convex, big round shield.
Mhm.
And as I'm like go to put it on my arm, sort of hold it for a second, and like flip it up so the front of it's facing down. I look at it, and I look over at Sarah. What kind of shield do you have? Sure.
It's kind of it's like a diamond shaped, like elven kind of fancy, kind of things. I have a picture
Any
of it.
curvature to it? Like any?
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah.
Alright, I'm going to just immediately run over and grab your shield,
Yep.
and then run to like 15 feet away and like just drop them both on the ground so like they're face down. And I'm going to like kind of look around frantically and then start going around to just everyone, and then just grabbing whatever could be used as a bucket or container.
Okay.
Anything that's similar to that, and I'm also going to grab everyone's water skins as well.
Yep.
And I'm going to uncork them, like without saying anything, just frantically run around, just uncork the water skins and empty all the water out, all the gross water, and just pour it all out the ground. And then
Oh
throw
my
it onto like
God.
the shield as well.
Perseus,
I
did you have
woke
a
up
wet
to-
dream?
I have I have an idea. Okay, so as I'm doing this, I'm
with
getting
the water.
yeah, it's fine. All right, cool. I'm gonna pick up everyone as well, and I'm gonna walk everyone over to like around somewhere where I place the shields down side by side, and then I'm gonna get everyone, like everyone involved in our group, and I'm getting all around. So I'm gonna bring them over to me and have them stand side by side and make kind of like a loose square around this little circle, this little thing I made with the shields. So I'm gonna get everyone's hands like this, and
Okay.
get everyone's hands, hold their hands like this, and go around to everyone and do this.
Everyone does
And then
that.
I'm going to get the water skins and give the party members their water skins. So they're holding the water skins and not doing
What
this.
the
But the
hell?
NPCs are doing this.
Yep.
I'm like, okay. Food. Can't make it. Don't know how. But my powers revolve around thunder and lightning. What comes with thunder and lightning?
Rain.
Headache.
Rain. Right?
Rain?
Yeah.
And I'm going to clap my hands together, and then a storm cloud is going to appear over me, and I'm going to cast Create Water. And instantaneously, 10 gallons of fresh water is going to fall in a 30-foot cube around us.
Yes! Yes!
10
Yes,
gallons of
yes,
fresh
yes.
water in a 30-foot cube.
And hopefully the shields will capture some of that as well in like a half bowl bucket plate thing. And we'll hopefully but 10 gallons of fresh water in a 30-foot cube, just immediately just torrential rain comes down.
All right, everyone has enough to take a drink and to avoid the effects of exhaustion from the shields. Their cupped hands, they're lifting up their mouths Shusha seems particularly keen on this particular spell that you cast. He's reveling in the water. And your water skins are all full.
Yes.
And happy with that? Everyone's had enough water to drink. You got full water skins. I'll let you fill up the water skins maybe with the water collected by the shields and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah,
and maybe
like a little bit just from holding it, and then the rest I can just in the shield bowl water things we have, the shield bowls. Yeah.
All right. Yep. I can dig it. Nicely done. Nicely done.
And just walk up to Perseus, like clasp his shoulder, and just like, well done.
Right.
You're.
I just sort of like raise my fist. Well, I guess paw, and I'm like, yeah.
Stool comes over and tries to jump up and bump your fist.
Up there and then, I give him a little bump.
Group fist bump.
All right, shall we get moving?
Yeah.
Okay. That means we need to do some housekeeping. Which means, first of all, let's talk about party order. Where are we going to put everyone?
I'll go up front.
Oh, I'm healed. I will also. I'll tail right. I'll be at the back.
Thrash at the back.
I'll go second from the front.
Second from the front for Athera.
I'll pick back up.
Where is Perseus? Sorry.
I'll hit the back up with Thrash. I'll be second from the back.
Second from the back. So we've got Perseus there, and we'll just put all of the idiots in the middle. So I'll just write in big letters, idiots. There we go. Right. Now let's talk about travel. How are you guys proceeding?
How much further do we have to go?
Susa will tell you that it should take around about 8 days worth of travel, give or take. So that's day one done. Another 7 days.
Another week of travel. Do you reckon we've got enough of a lead on the drow now to go at like a normal pace so we can gather normally and have a chance of keeping up with our food?
I reckon run for a little bit, and then for the first half of the day, and then the second half we go slow. Start the day strong.
Can we do that, or are we supposed to like pick one speed for the day?
I mean, end of the day, it's gonna sort of be the same thing if you go half day quick, half day slow. But for the second half of the day, you'll be able to use stealth, if that makes sense. Yeah. So I mean,
and forage as well as we go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or you could just do normal
what if
pace.
We went fast half and then normal half? So like half a day at fast pace and then half a day at normal pace. Still do a little bit of foraging, but keep moving, kind of thing. Is that going to be too complicated?
Yeah, that can work.
That's what you want to do.
Or do we want to do fast slow so we end up moving at a normal pace, but we get a nice boost in the morning and then get a good chance to find food and maybe not get ambushed?
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Get a good boost that we can then forage effectively.
Alright, let's do that.
Because if we've got Perseus's abilities in the morning, then water's covered.
Water. Yeah.
It'll just be food from now on.
Alright, so fast for half a day and then slow for half a day.
Perseus, do you reckon if you fast, like as in don't eat, then your powers will then let you create like food because your body will need it?
Look, I really just got the water idea from Thunder and Lightning making rain. If you can think of a way that Thunder and Lightning can make food, absolutely. But for the most part now, I think I can only do water.
Well, the lightning might be able to cook food that we find, but I think we have easier ways to do that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have a tinderbox. So.
Are there any plants nearby, actually? Before
plants.
I forget. Yeah,
No.
Plants.
Nope.
No,
Just bare rock as
outside.
far as the eye can see. The only thing
And
that
there's
you come
no
across.
snakes or geckos
Well,
or furry
that's
creatures?
sort of built into your survival check is
That's
what
the foraging is.
what you can find. Yeah.
Okay,
So
sweet.
So if you roll a good survival check, you might find some geckos or whatever. So yeah, there's some wildlife around, but this is the Underdark, and they're conditioned to be they're either predators or they're prey, and if they're prey, then they're hard to find.
Yep. All right. Well, shall we make a move?
Yep, sounds good.
All right. Rock and roll. Let's go.
Half a day of fast pace, and this is the way that we'll do it, guys. We'll break down the day into two halves, and we'll just choose how you guys want to proceed then. I guess someone needs to roll for navigating. So let's find Susha.
Survival, isn't it?
I'll say Susha and Sarith. After your conversation with Serathel, will sort of take care of that. So we're going to roll with advantage here, since they both sort of know the way. Okay, yep, it's going to be good enough. So, put that in the notes. Alright, so first half of the day you guys are travelling quickly. You're making good progress at this point, and you get lucky. There's no point in the tunnels that you're traveling through that forces you to slow down, or there's no bottlenecks or anything like that. So you make good time through these dark tunnels. But second half of the day, you guys are traveling. You sort of notice something strange. You all sort of see it. There's this. It's not complete darkness. There's this strange glow in the air, and there's no fungus or anything nearby. It's just as if the air itself here is lit up, just slightly. It's still dim light, but it's light nonetheless.
All right. I'm gonna think. This seems a bit weird. I'm just gonna clutch my shield to my chest and close my eyes and reach out with my divine senses and detect good and evil, or hallowed stuff, or corrupted stuff, or the location of any celestials, fiends, or undead within 60 feet that is not behind total cover.
Okay.
Just see if there's anything weird like that, good, evil, specific, or any of those creature types.
10-foot wide sort of cavern. It's quite high up. You can almost not even see the ceiling. You can just sort of see where it ends. And you can see there's some loose sort of cobwebs all the way up top, but nothing sort of stands out to you. It's just sort of this strange, faint, shimmering aura, sort of shedding this dim light in this cavern. Other than that, nothing that stands out as any different than the miles and miles of dark caverns that you've passed through so far.
Interesting.
Sarith actually sort of pulls up next to you as you've got your shield up and that sort of thing. He sidles up to you and he says, "It's nothing to be afraid of, surface dweller. This is the Phasers."
The Phasers?
Roll an Arcana check if you
Arcana.
wish to do so.
16.
Anyone else?
I can help. Can I roll an Arcana check as well?
Yeah, you can. Yeah, absolutely. Anyone who wants to roll it can do so if they wish to do so.
15.
15. Okay. You, both of you, probably, Lady Thera, maybe you've studied the Underdark before you went down there. Sarathel, maybe you were told stories about the Underdark by your father.
Not many, but this may have been one of the few.
Maybe one of the few. The Underdark is sort of infused with a sort of a magical energy that's known as the Phasrus. It's how fungus and that kind of thing grow in the Underdark without any source of sunlight.
Interesting.
And if enough of it coalesces in a sort of small area, it starts to shed like a dim light. Yeah, that's what you know about that.
Might be wise to pay particular attention to looking for fungus when we're foraging then.
Who rolled a 16? You rolled a 16, didn't you?
Yeah, I did.
You know that the Phasrus and sort of Phasrus infused areas can sort of have effects on spellcasting.
Oh. Alright, just be mindful, Perseus, Athera. This Phasrus thing might affect our spells somewhat. I don't know how.
Is this similar to, like, looking at it, is this similar to what the drow had at the outpost that was stopping our spellcasting?
No. This is something different, as far as you can tell. It has well, I mean, Sarathel, you know that it has some kind of effect on spellcasting. What effect exactly, you don't know, but it has some kind of effect. You just, unless you were to experiment with it, you just don't know.
Let's just be cautious when casting spells. Just be prepared for them to react badly or maybe work better. I don't know. We'll just maybe only use them if we absolutely have to.
We should continue on, says
Yes.
Eldith.
Yes, let's go.
And you guys continue, and another day passes without any sort of anything untoward's happening. Now, someone wants to forage while you're traveling, I'm assuming?
Yes.
I'll take
Who's
the
got
lead
the
on
best
that.
survival? Yeah. Should not be me. I've got +0.
So we'll just roll that survival check, and let's just say someone is able to assist you with that, so you can roll it with advantage.
Oh,
Sweet.
get that up. 18.
18.
18. With the sort of Phasrus sort of suffused area, maybe you do find a little bit of some mushrooms growing. You find 8 pounds of food.
Nice.
So just so we're tracking, are we consuming food in the morning, just so we can then mark it off, or?
That's probably the easiest way to do it. Is just to do it that way. Just do it in the morning, and then it's done.
I can pretty much make it till the day before we get there without eating, without it being a problem. So I will take food last if we're running low. Until the last day. Then I'll need something.
Alright. The next half of the day passes uneventfully. More endless, winding caverns. Every now and then you come across an area that you feel like you can see a shimmering light, maybe a change in temperature, but that's really about it. It sort of passes uneventfully, and you guys stop again for another night's rest, I'm assuming.
Is that day 2 then we just passed through?
That's day 2 that we just passed through. Yep.
Alright. At what speed did we move?
So you moved at a fast pace for the first half of the day and a slow pace.
Oh,
for the
okay.
second
So
half.
day 2 after the fight
Yep.
and everything, and sweet. Well, yeah, we're just gonna make camp and take watches and.
Everyone, before you have a rest and with dinner, everyone finish the water they have, and I'll make new water so I don't have to do it again tomorrow morning.
Oh yeah, cool. Good idea.
So he wants to do
Right.
it.
Okay. So you do it at the end of the day. Okay.
Well,
Just in this case, because he cast it in the
case.
morning, and if he casts it again now, we've got the water stored, and then he's got 2 free spell slots tomorrow.
Yeah.
So drink all the water now.
Water.
Everyone finish their water now, and then
Yep.
I'll make more in a second,
Cool.
and then we should be set for tomorrow to have fresh
Good thinking.
natural water with us all day.
Okay. Day 3. How are we traveling?
Just want to go normal
Same as
all day.
always.
Normal?
Yeah, we could go normal. Yeah.
Yeah, go normal.
If we go normal all day, we can forage with disadvantage, right?
So normal during the day, you just get 1 roll for foraging. If you were to go travel at a slow pace and you want to forage, then you can have 2 rolls for foraging.
Maybe just go normal now and just do the 1 like we've been doing.
Yeah. I think if we start getting like super low on food, like, and we need to do some extra foraging to make sure that those of us getting close to being exhausted can eat, we can do that then. But for now, just keep a reasonable pace where we can still forage a little.
Everyone gets up in the morning. No one looks well rested. Everyone looks on edge. Everyone knows that the drow are potentially pursuing you guys at this point, but they gather themselves and they get ready to face another long day of endless trekking through just dark, winding, foreboding stone corridors.
I'll try and lighten the mood on this day as we're cruising along, since we're obviously not being stealthy with my loot. I've got a loot with me. I'm assuming I found that in my gear.
Okay.
So-
If it was part of your equipment, then yeah, you have it. I'm pretty sure
Yeah.
I did tell you that you found it. Yeah, so
Yeah.
you can play a little bit of loot if you wish to do so.
I know it probably doesn't matter, but fuck, I got a 7 for my performance check, so that might matter.
Yeah, I mean, hey, maybe your loot's been taking a little bit of damage, a little bit of water damage from being submerged in the water and the fights that you've had. It might need a restring or something like that. But you start to strum your loot, and you strum it, and Susha, sort of who's leading the party, stops and looks back towards you. You go ding, and you stop, and you can hear somewhere from the way that you guys just came and then in response somewhere closer by
Oh dear.
this ticking sound.
Ticking?
Yeah, like clicking, like something tapping on the rock.
Guys, I think might have had an idea. Put the loot back over my back, put my sword and get my shield ready, and look around and listen.
Eldrith pulls out her bow, knocks an arrow, and she's like, "What was that?" She looks back towards Sareth, and he's like, "We should move now."
Okay, let's go, guys.
You hear that sound closer to you again, ticking, as everyone sort of turns around and sort of legs it down, continuing the way that you guys were going, I'm assuming.
Yeah.
Yep.
We're not going to go backwards, are we?
Well, I don't know. Maybe you never know what Lady Aethera's going to do.
Whereabouts is this? Is it coming from in front of us, above us? Like I'm going to look on the roof.
Here
Like
we go.
where
It is coming from behind you, maybe 60 feet back from the way that you came. And I said it was quite a tall sort of cavern that you're passing through. So maybe the ceiling could be anywhere of 100 feet up or something like that. And it's coming from somewhere up there.
Can I throw some dancing lights up there just to make it a little bit brighter?
And as he's beginning to cast that, I'm gonna like put a shadow ball in my hand and hold onto a Eldritch Blast if there's a creature on the top or something skittling around.
All right.
Alright. So I'll send all the lights up there in a pattern that'll light up, the biggest area I can.
Alright, give me 1 second.
See what we can see. They only make it dim light, so like those of us with dark vision will be able to see it as dim light at that range, actually, because it's beyond or at least it's beyond my dark vision range.
So
it's just so we can, it'll only be dim light that we can actually see in.
You all stop. Eldith draws an arrow, knocks it, looking back towards the way that you guys came. Thrash, I'm assuming, is readying an axe. And
100.
Athera's readying a spell, and you cast this dancing light, and this little mode of light appears, 60 feet away from you? And it starts to float up towards the ceiling.
There's 4 of them, by the way.
There's 4 of them. They start to float up towards the ceiling. Thank you. And they're sort of hovering up there. And it's kind of difficult to see. First, you feel like one of the rocks is sort of moving. But then you see like this long, sort of bone-like appendage, and it taps on the rock. And you hear a response from somewhere nearby. Something else taps, and you look over there and you can see this creature just staring at you some 80 feet up on the ceiling. And I'll send that to the game log for you. That is what you see. It's almost like a strange vulture-like creature with a pair of hooks for arms and this big whiskered beak, purple skin, and its back is almost as if it were designed. It's like armored, designed to look and blend in with the rocks. And that's where we're going to finish up tonight, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh man!
On that cliffhanger, that's where we're going. It's exactly 12 o'clock, so that's a good place to finish up. I am extremely tired, so I don't feel like I can do the situation justice right now. But we're going to come back in 2 weeks' time, and we're going to see what happens thanks to Sarathel's little lute composition that he decided to play in the dark, endless, winding tunnels.
I'm sorry.
Of the Underdark. Like I said, I'm not feeling up to it tonight, guys. So gameplay was a little bit lackluster.
You did an amazing job considering.
But I really appreciate you guys joining me. It's been a lot of fun as always. I like running this campaign. We're starting to get into the interesting things now. Yeah. How did everyone feel about that session? Fun? Yeah?
That was great.
Cool?
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah.
I had a blast.
It'll be interesting to see how this turns out.
I'm going to suggest running like...
Roll character, just in case.
Yeah, I mean, you've all got backup characters, so have them ready to go, and we'll...
I need to write a new one.
We'll find out what happens in 2 weeks' time. Now, what is it? It's the 14th now. When did we agree that we're going to do the part 2 of 50 Shades of Grey matter? So the 20th or 21st? 21st. So that's Saturday, isn't it?
21st.
All right, guys. So make sure you join us on the 21st at 8:30 Australian Eastern Standard Time for part 2 of 50 Shades of Grey matter. Make sure you check out Ardent Roleplay for Jasper's Game Week. Christian is going to be DMing a game for that. When's he doing that? What did he say? I think he said it the 17th, I believe. So, yep, check that out. And guys, on the 19th, I'm going to be joining the guys at Valiant Odyssey for the Westonia Files actual play live stream. So that's going to be absolutely amazing. And of course, most importantly, make sure you come again in 2 weeks' time to watch these awesome people play some D&D. Stick with us. if you're watching live, we're going to go to a quick thank you to our supporters. And then after that, we're going to raid someone's channel. No, raiding does not mean that we're going to take their women and children to sell them off into slavery and burn down their village. It just means we get to spread the love of D&D, as we were talking about earlier, to another channel and help them get a few extra viewers and maybe a couple extra followers as well. So stick with us. Otherwise, we'll see you in 2 weeks, ladies and gentlemen. That has been Out of the Abyss, episode 5. Good night, guys.
Ciao.
Oh, I need to transition, don't I? There we go.